Yes, sir.
In last practical, we discussed about large sample test for means. We have two types: test for single population mean, and second is test for equality of two independent population means. Under the assumption sample size is large, that means number of observations per sample is greater than or equal to 30. Today we are going to repeat again similar practical, that is under the heading of test for means, but the assumption is sample size is less than 30, or you may call less than equal to 30. Basically, if sample is large, the test based on normal distribution, usually known as z-test. And if sample is small, less than 30, then test statistics follows t-distribution. So usually is named as a t-test. We have three different type of tests for means. Number one, test for single population mean. Number two, test for equality of two population means under the assumption populations are independent. And number three, test for equality of two related population means, which is usually named as pair t-test. So we'll try to discuss these all three tests today. Then that practical will be over under the heading of test for means and construction of confidence interval. Let us see H naught mu equal to mu 0 against H1 colon mu not equal to mu 0, or mu greater than mu 0, or mu less than mu 0. So for practice purpose, I write all three alternatives here. But when you solving, when you apply in the new real life examples, you have to take any one alternative from this. Excuse me. हॅलो. बरं बरं, सांगतो माझ्या भावाला. हां हां हां. मी माझे भाऊ आले होते, पण ते परत गेले. तुम्ही थोडा उशीर झाला वाटतं. हां चल, ठीक आहे ठीक आहे. मी ते त्यांना सांगतो. शाहरुखला लावा की. तुम्ही शाहरुखला लावा, मी जे भाऊ आहेत ना त्यांना लावतो मी. हां हां, ओके. So today we are going to test single population mean based on t distribution. Let us see, under H naught we have test statistic usually called as a formula, T0 equal root n x bar minus mu 0 divided by small s. This follows T distribution with n minus 1 degree of freedom. If you see the nature of the formula, very small change in the denominator. If sample is large, in place of S, we write sigma directly. The numerator is same for large sample, small sample. Now, if it is sigma, then it follows a normal with parameters 0, 1. Now, as sample is small, we write small s here, and this follows T distribution with n minus 1 degree of freedom. Now, which question is related with small sample test? That you can see from the practical sheet. Which we have seen last time. Let me open the file. This is your practical based on mean. And now you can see question number 3. A machine is supposed to pack a bag of sugar of weight 16 kg each. The weight of 10 bags of sugar packed by the machine are as follows. Weight in kilogram per bag is measured and written like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 bags and respective weights are this. It is a sample data with number of observation 10, which is a small sample. Question asks, test at 10% level of significance whether the sample support the hypothesis that on an average the machine pack bags with weight of 16 kg. So this is your population mean which you want to test. That is a claim whether this sample is favorable to the claim or not. For that purpose, we write H naught mu equal to mu 0. Here mu 0 is target value given as a 16 kg. Now in the formula, n is a sample size, that is 10. X bar is a sample mean, very simple formula, total of given observation divided by n. So this is your sample mean by calculation. You have knowledge of n, X bar you calculated, mu 0 is a target mean, that is 16. Now you have to get S. So the formula of S is sample variance summation xi square minus x bar squared upon n. Now this is a little bit wrong way of writing a simplified S square. This is also not correct. The correct formula is this: sum of xi square divided by number of observation minus x bar square. So you have to correct the formula. I repeat, sum of x squared upon n minus x bar square. This is not a total division. Division only for first quantity. Sum of xi squared upon n minus x bar square. Make a correction when you will submit this practical. So this calculation I made, again this is the wrong way. It should be like this: sample observation square, make a total of both columns. This is taken in the numerator, divide by 10 minus square of mean. So you got s square. Now from this you can get small s square n times s square upon n minus 1. So answer of small s square is this much. Take the root of this because you want small s in the test statistic. After having all calculations, replace in the test statistic. This is the value of T0. Now, after getting a calculated value with given level of significance, we find the table value with alpha and with alpha by 2. Why these two numbers are obtained? When I write T alpha, H1 is one-sided, maybe greater or maybe smaller. And if you find the table value with alpha by 2, H1 is two-sided, that is not equal. These both numbers are obtained from statistical table by using calculation of T distribution. Now you have calculation, you have table, compare and take a decision. H naught mu equal to mu 0 against H1 mu naught equal to mu 0. If your H1 is not equal, critical region, rejection region on both sides, left hand and right hand, because not equal to has two possibility. It may be greater than right hand side. If it is less, left hand side is a critical region. It is similar to normal distribution, but T distribution has little bit height, peak point. Otherwise, it is also symmetric at 0, parallel to normal. When you drawing the curve, you make peak little bit high and then come down like this. Your normal is a mesokurtic, so it is like this. Now you can see absolute of calculation is greater than table. Absolute is 1.25, it is point missing, and table with alpha by 2 is 2.26. So absolute is not greater than table, so you have to accept H naught. Usual decision is calculated value greater than table, you reject, otherwise accept. Now easily you can see here 2.26 is on the right hand here and minus 2.26 is here. Even though you not take absolute sign, it is minus 1.25. This point, this is a cutoff point for taking decision, which is minus 2.26. Your calculation is minus 1.25, so it comes in this area. So when it is coming in unshaded area, then you have to accept your hypothesis. If calculation falls in the shaded area, then you have to reject. That is the simple logic to avoid confusion in the decision. So better way, draw the graph and then check whether your hypothesis H naught accepted or rejected. Second possibility is H naught colon, it is not equal, it is colon 2 dot. Mu equal to mu 0 against H1, mu greater than mu 0. Now my H1 is greater than type, so your critical region is of right hand. This is your critical region according to H1. Now calculated value is -125 and your table value one-sided. When it is greater or less, it is one-sided. 1.83. So 1.83, this is your cutoff point from the statistical table, and your -1.25 is below that. So calculation is not in the shaded area, it is unshaded area. So I have to accept my null hypothesis. Third possibility is H naught colon mu equal to mu 0 against H1 mu less than mu 0. Now your H1 is of less than type, so critical region is on the left hand. This is your critical region, that means rejection region. Again, calculation of test statistic is -1.25, cutoff is -1.83, so -1.25 will be here above of that. So that is why again here you have to accept your hypothesis. So I think by graph you get clear understanding about the decision whether you have to accept or reject. Now you can take a decision by constructing confidence interval. So confidence interval for mu, here not equal, you have to say confidence interval for mu. Formula is similar but we have studied in the large sample test. X bar minus, there is Z, now here T. With alpha by 2, there is sigma by root n, here S by root n. Minus replaced by plus, so this gives upper limit and this gives a lower limit. Everything is known to you. Put the values, simplify. This is the minimum value and this is the maximum value for population mean. Now mu 0 is a 16 that you want to test. So mu 0 equal to 16 belongs to this interval. That's why you have to accept. Decision by using confidence interval. Mu 0 belong to confidence interval. Therefore, we accept H naught with the help of confidence interval. So this is the way of testing single population mean if sample size is small, less than 30. Now we have another example under the heading of pair t-test. What is a pair t-test? It is a test for equality of two related population means. Now let me explain what is the concept of two related population mean or what is the use of pair t-test. I explained this already, even though I repeat again. Suppose we want to conduct the experiment of looking whether certain program is helpful to reduce the weight by joining the gym or not. In this case, we conduct the experiment by taking some people under observation. Firstly, what we do, we measure the weight of all participants, and then after conducting the course, conducting the program under your health club, after 3 months, 6 months, we again measure the weight of that people, same people. So for one unit, for one person, you have two observations before joining the program and after completing the program. That's why here word is related population mean. You have two observations from same set of data before and after. So when the data of this nature, you have to use pair t-test, and it is very commonly used for medical experiments where we are eager to check certain drug, certain program is helpful or not helpful. So we conduct the experiment on same set of units. So H naught is mu1 equal to mu2. In other way, mu d, it is not alpha, it is d for difference. Mu d equal to 0 against H1, mu d not equal to 0, mu d greater than 0, mu d less than 0. Now, when I say mu d equal to 0, that means program is not beneficial. Before, after observations are equal, no improvement. So when I say equal to 0, first opposite statement is not equal to 0. If I say not equal to 0, then our next question in the mind, whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0. If it is greater than 0, what is the conclusion? Di is the difference xi minus yi. Xi is before observation, yi is after observation. If difference is greater than 0, that means y is smaller than x. If mu d less than 0, that means y greater than x. So in the example of joining the gym by keeping in mind to reduce the weight, then mu d should be positive. Y should be smaller than x. So this is your improvement. And if this is accepted, there is no improvement. So you have to check whether you want improvement or you don't want to improvement. In some cases, y should be larger. In some cases, y should be smaller. It depends on your experiment under study. Now, what is the test statistics? T0 equal root n d bar divided by SD. This is a one notation. S for standard deviation. D is a subscript variable under study. D for difference of two observations. This follows T distribution with n minus 1 degree of freedom. Now, which question is given in the practical sheet for pair t-test? It is here. A sample of 10 students was given a diagnostic test before studying a particular model and after completing the model. That means we are trying to see the model is effective in study or not. The following table gives the scores obtained by these students in respective tests. Now, in this experiment, what happened? Students are not changing. Students are same for both experiment. Firstly, pre-model, what is a performance is measured, and after module, what is the performance is recorded. So it is nothing but before and after. Here you want to study whether there is an improvement in the score or not. So such type of situation is handled by pair T test. I want to see improvement. So what is the logical answer for improvement? If the post score is bigger than pre-score, there is an improvement in the score. So according to question, you need improvement or you need a not improvement. Now here improvement is favor to you. So value of y should be larger. In the gym, we want to reduce the weight. So y should be smaller. So that difference that depend on your observation. So it is to be decided by you whether difference should be positive or difference should be negative. In the physical awareness program, weight should be reduced, so difference should be less than zero. Difference should be greater than zero. Now, in this such example, educational example, score should be bigger, y should be bigger, so difference should be negative because difference usually before minus after. Now let us see how the question is solved. So test statistic is root n d bar divided by sd follows t with n minus 1. Put the values of before experiment pre-module, take the score post-module, make a difference xi minus yi and make a square of di square. So this is your calculation outline for given data, and from this table this is the total of difference. Find d bar. This is di square. This is your formula of small s square d. Sum of di squared 101 minus number of observation. D bar is calculated here, square divided by n minus 1. So you get s square d, take the root, that is sd. Put in the formula T0 root n is 10, d bar is minus 1.5, small sd is this much. Replace. Follows, now this should not be written here because it is a numerical. When there is a theoretical notation, then follows t with n minus 1. This is a numerical value at point given data. So this is your calculated value. At 10% LOS, this is a table value and this is a table value with alpha by 2. Once you have calculation table, you are ready for taking decision. Under H1, mu d not equal to 0, absolute T0 greater than table, you reject. If this is not happen, you accept. What is your calculation? Calculation is minus 1.6. Just like previous example, if your H1 is two-sided, there will be right side critical region, left side critical region. It is minus 1.60 and your table is 2.26. So this is your table value. Minus will be in this area. So that's why you are going to accept your H naught. That means mu d equal to 0, difference before and after may be 0, so no significant effect of the module. That is the conclusion. Now decision is not for H naught, decision according to H1. This is your H1. By mistakenly it is written H naught again, it is H1, which is a greater than type, so my critical region is on the right hand. Calculation is minus 1.6, which is not lie above of this, which lies below of this. That is why you have to accept your null hypothesis. Third possible decision is H1 mu d less than 0. This is a calculation and this is a table. Calculation is somewhere here. That means your calculation is not in the shaded area, it is in the unshaded area. That's why again you have to accept the statement. So this is the way of testing before and after type of experiment. Next question is of nature parity test. I will explain the question procedure same as 4. You have patient number 1 to 8 and we are trying to see pills, that means tablets, are effective to increase the sleep or not. So to study the effect of tablet which is used to increase the sleep, that you want to check. Certain brand you want to check, suppose that brand is effective to increase the sleep of patient or not. So before we'll make the record how many hours that patient is sleeping, and after giving the tablet how many hours that patient is sleeping. So this is nothing but again before and after. So we apply parity test and take the decision effective or not effective. Now here, if you want to test effectiveness, after observation should be larger than before. So difference xi minus yi should be negative. So H1 is mu d less than 0. So according to question what you are interested, you decide your alternative. Let us proceed. Now question 5 same as question 4. You can see and try to check it. Now we proceed question number 7, which is also parity test. 6 number, it is a large sample we did before. Now question number 7 is a little different than question number 4, 5. In 4, 5 what happened? You have before observation, you have after observation. But in question number 7, see what is given. Below are given the changes in blood pressure of 10 patients. So 10 patients are under observation. We are measuring blood pressure after a particular treatment. Suppose we are conducting experiment to check the effect of treatment on blood pressure. Now this is answer 1, 9, 2, 10 patients are there, 10 observation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, does it really blood pressure of the human being? Answer is not. What is the blood pressure usually for normal person? It is 120 by 80. From lower side, it should be 80, and from upper side, it should be 120. That is a normal blood pressure. But these values are not of that type. So what are these values? These are nothing but difference between before and after. So here difference is readily given to you. Not necessary to worry about what is x and what is y. These are the value of di. According to the variable, it is not like 120, 80. These are the difference. What is the conclusion? What is the claim to test? Claim is you want to see the program, the treatment is helping to decrease blood pressure or not. That means y values should be smaller than x values. If y is less, blood pressure decrease. If y is large, blood pressure increase. So for this question number 7, d variable should be greater than 0. So h1 is mu d greater than 0. The solution is same as question 4, 5. Only the difference is way of data. So di is given here, not xi, not yi. Again, the way of calculations are parallel to question 4 and 5. Now here, you are going to test question number 8. The bag of 16 kg salt is packed by a machine. The weight of 9 bags of salt taken from a machine are found to be as follows. It is a single sample 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 observation. This is a different. Otherwise, it is same as question number 3. Single population mean with small sample. Now here only the first part is different. Second part I already explained. What is the second part says? Does the sample support the hypothesis? On an average, machine gives bag with 16 kg as a weight. Check with 5%. Now this is a different. This is your basic assumption for small sample test. It may be F test, it may be chi-square test, it may be T test. It is assumed that sample comes from normal distribution. So we always firstly verify normality test, and that is by using a graph which is called as normal probability plot. So first part in question 8 is to verify this sample is coming from normal distribution or not coming from normal distribution. How to do that? There is a procedure by plotting a probability plot, that is normal probability plot, called as PP plot. Let us check how we do that. Normality test for normality. Normality test is done by using following calculation table. This is very important. Order sample observations. So given sample is written in the order minimum to maximum. Then column number 2 is number of observations less or equal to your ordered observation. Now let us speak for 15.7. How many observations less than or equal to this? Answer is this one and one more. So this is replaced by 2. 2 observations less than or equal to itself. 15.8. How many observations less than or equal to 15.8? That is written as 4. 15.9, 4. 15.96. Now how this 4 comes? It is, you can see easily, these 2 and these 2 observations less than this or equal to that. That's why 4. 15.9, how many observations in the sample? Equal to this or less than this? 4. So this is nothing but your second column. I have sample data of 10 observation. This is the maximum. So number of observation less or equal to this is entire sample. So that is 10. By using this column, we get probabilities, percentile. This is suppose K. So K minus 0.5 divided by N. N is the sample size. 2 minus 0.5 is 1.5 divided by 10 is 0.15. Again 0.15. 4 minus 0.5 is 3.5 divided by 10 is 0.35. So these are the probabilities, increasing probabilities. Now this multiplied by 100, so it is called as cent percentile, 100 percentile. So this multiplied by 100, this multiplied by 100 and so on. Now what we do, we plot the graph. Normal, it is decided by plotting normal probability plot. X-axis sample observation in ordered and y-axis is 100 time percentile. So this column is taken on y-axis and sample observations on x. We plot the point. If you get a straight line, almost all the points are falling on a straight line, then we conclude that sample is coming from normal distribution. Conclusion: sample comes from normal distribution because almost all points lie on a straight line. So if all the sample points coming on a straight line, you can say sample is coming from normal distribution. Second part is parallel, what I did very beginning, root n x bar minus mu naught upon small s follows t with n minus 1. That is same. It is repetition. Now we have question number 9. 8 is finished. 9 is also same way. You have a single sample. IQs of students are measured. You want to check IQ is 100 or not 100. So it is test for single population mean based on small sample, t-test. Number 10. The scores in certain tests of samples of male and female candidates are given below. This is male record. This is female record. You have two samples. Both samples are small and you want to study average performance of male and female. So this is the example of test for equality of two independent population means. Why the word is independent? One record is for male, other record is for female. That means this male population, female populations are totally independent. So this is a t-test for equality of two independent population means. Sometime performance of company A, company B. Again the same type of test you have to apply. Let us see how this question is solved. Question number 10. H naught mu1 equal to mu2 against H1 mu1 not equal to mu2, or H1 mu1 greater than mu2 or mu1 less than mu2. Under H naught we have test statistic. You can say formula as below. T0 numerator x bar minus y bar, first sample mean minus second sample mean. Small s root 1 upon n1 plus 1 upon n2. This follows t distribution n1 plus n2 minus 2. Calculation table, first sample values, square of first sample values, second sample values, square of second sample values. By using this table, n1 is 6, n2 is 7, x bar first sample mean, y bar second sample mean, s1 square first sample variance, S2 square, second sample variance. By that table, you can get this both thing easily. S squared is a pooled variance under H naught, N1 S1 square plus N2 S2 square divided by N1 plus N2 minus 2. Replace the values, get answer, take a root. This number is taken in the test statistic. Therefore, T0 is first sample mean minus second sample mean. This is S divided by root 1 upon 6 plus 1 upon 7. Simplify by calculator. This is your calculated value. For alpha equal to 2%, table value with one-sided, table value for two-sided. It is T subscript alpha by 2. Decision procedure calculation compare with table for one-sided, calculation compare with table value two-sided, and take a decision. Decision is common for all the tests. Calculated bigger than table, reject, otherwise accept. Now we have confidence interval for mu1 minus mu2. X bar minus y bar bracket minus t n1 plus n2 minus 2 bracket. It is called degree of freedom with alpha by 2. So this is your table value which you got from the book. Answer is 2.718. That number will be here. Multiply s, what you got, root 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. Same thing in the upper with plus sign. Simplify, you get answer. Lower limit is minus, upper limit is plus. Decision by using confidence interval under H naught, mu1 equal to mu2. Other way, mu1 minus mu2 0. So if 0 belong to confidence interval, accept, otherwise reject. You can see lower limit is minus, upper is plus, so 0 somewhere here. Therefore, 0 belongs to confidence interval. Conclusion is accept H naught. That means average performance of male equal to female at given level of significance. Question number 11 is a single sample, single mean, which is we have discussed already. Question number 12. This is paired t-test. Just discuss what is the paired t-test. You have a test in statistics for 11 boys for 25 marks test. Boys 1 to 11, marks obtained before coaching and after coaching. We want to see the coaching has positive impact on the score or not. So this is two observation from same unit, that is identification for pair t-test, which is parallel to 4, 5, 6. You can do that. Question number 13, sample of 256 bricks, which is a large sample. So it is a large sample test we have discussed before. Question number 14, 10 samples of cotton ads by each of the two machine A and B. You have data for two separate machines. So this is the two sample data, equality of two population mean. Populations are independent. So it is same as question number 10, male and female. So this is the way of solving the problem on test for means. I splitted this practical in two parts. Test for mean 1, test for mean 2. test for mean 1, we have discussed all theoretical concept for large sample as well as for small sample. And then we solve numerical problems related with large sample in test for mean first part. In today's part, test for mean second part, we solve all the numerical problems related with small sample test, three types. Test for single population mean, test for equality of two independent population means, and number 3 is a pair t-test. That is the end of today's practical. If